This is Abia COVID-19 update.
Abia COVID-19 update.
Honorable Commissioner,
my dear,
I want to really appreciate you for your time on the program this morning. What you appeal to the members of the public once again as you go about your duty and your duties rather in ensuring that there is total compliance to some of these directives from the government.
Let me make this appeal. It was the appeal that the governor made when we went and did our stakeholders meeting last week. He said, at the time when a trader who wants to sell something across the counter, across anywhere, says, please, if you are not wearing your face mask, don't come, don't talk to me, I won't sell to you. That would be when you would have made his day. When our people support us to prevent this disease because they are part of it, it's not something that we are going to go and fight.
All right. Thank you very much, Honorable Commissioner, for being part of
You're
the program.
welcome.
That was about 2 weeks ago as a guest on this program, Abia State COVID-19 update. The voice of the late Dr. Solomon Ogunji, the Honorable Commissioner for Environment. Well, he's late now. The government confirmed his death, and he was a member of the State Executive Council. He passed away on Saturday, the 23rd of May, 2020, at the Abia State University Teaching Hospital in Aba after a brief illness related to high blood pressure. Well, a statement was released by the Honorable Commissioner for Information, Chief John Okiyekalo, and said the governor received the sad news with shock, and he had personally communicated and condoled with the family of the bereaved, and is currently in mourning. May his soul rest in peace. Amen. The late commissioner was also the head of the enforcement subcommittee of the Interministerial Committee on COVID-19 in Abia State. Mass gatherings are highly visible events with the potential for serious public health consequences, and if they are not planned and managed carefully, mass gatherings can amplify the spread of infectious diseases, including coronavirus disease, the COVID-19, which we're educating you on, and of course, it can circulate it. Organizers of these events, like religious events, gatherings, sporting events, social events, conferences, exhibitions, must ensure adequate preparations are in place before hosting such an event, and event organizers should consider using distancing measures to reduce close contact among people during the gathering by providing more entry and exit points, more food points, ensure hand washing facilities with soap and water are readily available at this entry and exit points. Also, through social distancing, you can protect yourself, your loved ones, and society at large. And this is an effective way to limit the chances of catching the virus, slowing down the transmission and reducing the spread of COVID-19 in Nigeria. So if we can adhere to this, we will be able to quickly and effectively halt the spread of this disease, to resume our routine daily activities and be with our loved ones. This is Abia State COVID-19 update, the first edition for this week. Welcome. My name is Michael Oni. Now, on this program, we highlight daily reports of the Interministerial Committee on the Control of COVID-19, as well as the Abia State Governor, Okezie Ikpeazu's efforts in ensuring that the state is safe from the virus. It is running simultaneously every weekday, Mondays through Fridays, on several radio stations. On BCA 88.1 FM, Flow 94.9 FM, Vision Africa Radio 104.1 FM. We're also live on Buzz 89.7 FM, Real 99.1 FM, all both in Aba, the commercial capital of the state. Now, globally, as of 7:30 a.m. today, May 25th, the novel coronavirus has killed at least 346,774 people since the outbreak first emerged in China last December, and more than 5.5 million cases have been registered, and of these, at least 2.3 million people are now considered recovered. Now, Nigeria's tally of the confirmed COVID-19 cases yesterday rose to 7,000 839 as 313 new cases, new infections were announced by the NCDC, and also 5 deaths were recorded, bringing the total number of confirmed deaths from the virus to 226. Well, a breakdown of the confirmed cases so far shows that out of the total confirmed cases, 5,350 active cases. The number of persons that have coronavirus in Nigeria presently, and 2,263 have recovered and have been discharged, and 226 deaths have been reported. Now, welcome on board today. Well, we are still continuing our focus on the border closure, especially those local governments that are the border local governments to other states in Abia State, as we have the Transition Committee Chairman of Umunneochi local government area of Abia State right here this morning on the program, Engineer Dr. Matthew Ibe. Glad to have you join us this morning, Engineer.
Thank you very much. Listener, you're welcome.
All right, you're the Transition Committee Chairman of Umunneochi local government area of Abia State, which is one of the border local governments that we have in Abia State. Can you confirm the border points within your area?
Well, as you rightly said, Umunneochi is a border local government area. We have boundary with with 4 states of southeast.
Okay.
We have boundary with Anambra State. We have boundary with Imo State. We have boundary with Enugu State. We also have boundary with Ebonyi State. So that places a very big burden on us, to make sure that all the entry points into Umunneochi are, secured very well to avoid the movement of vehicles and, of course, individuals. So there are many entry points, as I told you.
Okay.
Both official one and the
major and the minor.
The major and the minor one,
Okay.
the bush pass and so on and so forth. But let me concentrate on the major one.
All right.
If we have a boundary with Enugu State at Log Banta, if you get to where you have welcome to Abia State or welcome to Enugu State, there is a boundary with Enugu State, and it's a very serious boundary area point, because that's the gateway to Abia State.
Okay.
From Enugu State and from some part of northern states. So it's a very serious boundary area. We have boundary with Anambra State around the Owodizikala area,
okay,
between Omuako and Owodizikala. We have a serious boundary point there, and our people are there, keeping that place secured, And then between Umuchuku and Nato, you also have a very serious boundary point. And then between Nato and Omunze, you have serious boundary point. Now from Nato also, and that of Ihube in Imo State, you have a serious. There are a lot of them actually, but these ones are the major ones. Then there are a lot of push pass, that you can enter into Abia, Umunneochi and so on and so forth. So
which are the minor ones? Those ones are the minor ones.
That's what I'm saying. The minor ones are, they are just bush pass and that.
What is the situation in your area in terms of compliance with the lockdown?
Well, there's total lockdown in Umunneochi, especially in these boundary areas. We have our security men on ground. At Lokmanta, boundary, we have our sort of combined team of security, joint task force. You have the police, you have the civil defense, you have the AVS, Abia Vigilante Group.
Okay.
At that very particular point, and they are there day and night. They run shift.
They work 24/7.
They work 24 years. I have to provide tent for them, because of the rainy season. We're able to bought a tent for them and provide all the necessary things that they need to, stay there day and night, because that place is very much busy, especially with all these trucks that are coming from the north. In fact, it's at the point that we're able to, get this almajiri or whatever.
I was going to take you on that.
Thank you
How many trucks have you turned back from those axes, especially as far as some northern youths have found a means of being stored away in some of these trucks with food items like bags of rice and the likes? How many trucks have you turned back from that axis?
I want to tell you, there are not less than 10 trucks that we've turned back.
10 trucks?
Yes, of course, there are not less than 10 trucks. Both that of Dangote trucks that are carrying cement, and some of these guys we had there, and some of them that are carrying cows. They try to hide among the cows. So we normally check, we open the tarpaulin, check everything inside before we can allow any truck to to pass into Abia, especially those trucks that are carrying food items, or those items that are allowed to move from one state to another. So but those ones that are not carrying those food items or other essential products that are allowed to move from one state to another, we turn them back immediately. So we don't allow them to come into Abia.
All right.
So that place is very seriously manned.
We need to take a breather now. When we return, I would like to take you on the minor points to minor border points. We've focused so much on the major border points, and so that those points will not be loopholes where we have people trooping into Abia State as there is an interstate lockdown as to prevent the spread of COVID-19 into Abia State. It is the first edition of the program Abia State COVID-19 Update, live on several radio stations in the state.
This is Abia COVID-19 Update.
Abia COVID-19 update.
It is still Abia State COVID-19 update, and of course we still have our attention towards the entry points in the state. We have some border local governments. Just last week we had the transition committee chairman of Ikuano local government, but today it's about Umunneochi local government, and of course we have the transition committee chairman of that particular local government very much in the studio, engineer Dr. Matthew Ibe, and he has been explaining how he's been able to ensure total compliance to the interstate lockdown as far as the major entry points are concerned. But right now, let's turn our attention to those bush paths rather, and of course the minor entry points. If we do not turn our attention to those places, they may also serve as a loophole where some persons will troop into the state, and the risk it poses to the health challenges, the risk it poses rather in curtailing the spread of this COVID-19. Engineer.
Yeah, thank you very much. As I said before, we have major entry points, and then we have some bush paths, or can I say the minor ones. I also told you about the boundary between Umunneochi and Anambra State around the Oworesikala.
Okay.
That place, we also have our men on ground. What I did there was we didn't have enough police and other security men in Umunneochi, to man all the bands. So we have to involve the services of
the minor entry points now. Let's turn our attention to those entry points. The minor ones, the bush paths, and where someone can just stroll in to this state.
Yeah.
How have you been able to ensure that there is a lockdown? There are lockdowns, ensuring that we have security operatives to ensure that there is strict compliance to the interstate movements.
That's what I was explaining. Because we don't have enough policemen and those official security outfits. So we have to employ the services of our local vigilante. We involved the service of our local vigilante. In each village you have your security, village security. Men, the young men that help to keep the village safe. So we involve them in those bush paths. They are there keeping watch, and normally what we did was we cut big trees to block those roads, so that people will not just cross those entry points with easily. So we involve the services of our local vigilante. So we are taking care of them. We provided logistics for them, to man those bush paths, 24 hours. So that's what we've been doing so far.
Okay,
Yeah,
interesting. Do you have your eyes on the Hausa community in Lokpanta area?
Yeah, of course, it's another challenge that we have. Of course, we have the Hausa community in Lokbanta area, but I want to tell you that they have good leadership.
Interesting.
That,
I was going to ask you about the kind of support you're getting from their leaders.
The chairman of Hausa community, Alhaji Anan, has been helping us even at that Lokbanta boundary area.
Okay.
Because that's the person that come and tell us, look, this truck that carrying cow is genuinely for business, or this one is not. That have been helping us actually to turn those ones that are here for for mischievous mission back, especially on the tricks of how many persons that will be in each truck that will carry a cow.
Okay.
The person that actually told us that any truck carrying cow that you have more than 5 persons, make sure the remaining you turn them back, because there can be more than 5. The driver, the assistant driver, and then 3 persons at the back that we're helping to control the cows. That if we have anything more than 5, that the rest should go by, and that's what we'll be doing.
Okay.
So the Hausa community are cooperating very well, because they know the implication. We've sensitized them, we went them, told them the reasons why we have to make sure that Abia is safe. It's also for their own best interest. So actually, they are helping us.
I'm so concerned about the safety of your men and ensuring that these directives are being followed. One of the things we've been taught how to curtail the spread of this coronavirus is social distancing, avoid physical contact, and ensure that you wash your hands regularly with soap and water. How are your men, those ones involved in ensuring that these directives are being followed? How are they staying safe at the border entry, at the entry points?
I've said it before that we provided we're providing all the necessary logistics for them. Of course, at that border points, we gave them enough face masks, to make sure that they protect themselves. Okay, we've educated them and enlightened them on the need for social distance, even among them. And then we also we're providing the sanitizers for them, and we provided about 30-liter bucket, where we fill water with a tap, and they wash their hands from time to time. Of course, they have to stay safe before they can save others. So all those necessary things that they need to do to make sure that they're safe, they're doing it, and all the necessary logistics we've also provided for them.
Interesting. If you want to be part of the conversation this morning, the lines are very much open. 0808 182 6949 or 0811 605 2949. You can also drop messages on 0906 510 8289. It is Abia State COVID-19 update. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, welcome. Good morning to you.
God bless you, Michael. Good morning, my chairman, sir.
Yeah, good morning, sir. You're welcome.
Yes, I have to commend you.
Your
for
name
job
first,
well done. My name is Sir Ike.
All right, you're welcome, Sir Ike.
You're welcome.
I have to commend you for a job well done, my chairman. All you have been saying is something I personally witnessed, and I've been part of what has been happening in your area and been monitoring that so much.
Thank you.
I only want to commend you and encourage you to do more, because we have also been experiencing a situation where some people hide under the influence of security agencies. Some buses come and pick security men and put in front of their vehicle and convey people across the border. I only want to implore you to see what you can do and liaise with the security heads to curtail some of these things, because people keep saying the border is open, people are traveling, but we have identified that as most commercial vehicles, when they are coming, they will pick a security man and put in front of the vehicle and use that as an excuse to convey those people across.
All
and
right.
some of them
Quickly wrap up your
so
thoughts,
please,
Sir
thank
Ike.
you very much. That's just what I want to.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for
On
your
that issue.
Okay, just a moment.
All right.
Hello, good morning to you.
Michael, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
Good morning, my engineer.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. I really don't have much to say than to encourage you to continue to do the good work at Umunneochi. It's not really an easy task, especially those of you at boundary areas, because certainly they must be compromised. But God on our side will overcome this disease. And at the same time, I am pleading with you, sir. If there is anything you can be able to do on your own, encourage our own local vigilantes. I think it will go a long way for them not to compromise the job you've given to them, because whenever they don't see what they will use when it's being needed, they will have no other option than to go out of their way in order to get what they want. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much.
All right, you can respond to the question.
Yeah, thank you very much. On the issue of some commercial vehicles using security men to pass through the border, I think as far as I'm concerned, we are doing everything to make sure that such a thing does not happen, because I told most of the times I'm in the border there with them, because that's the where we have serious pressure, that's where we have serious challenges. So most of the times I'm there in the border with them, and if any security man is in a commercial vehicle, being a security man, you can show us your ID card. We only ask you to come down and then ask the rest to go back, because that you're a security man, you have your ID card won't confer immunity on the other rest of the passengers. So what we normally do is either you go back with the vehicle as a security man, or you come down and find your way wherever you want to go, because as a security man you may be on essential duty. We won't stop you from going to, but you will never go with that commercial vehicle. I've given that instruction, and I'm sure my men are doing it as much as possible. At times if you are not there, you don't know what's happening, but as much as possible, that's the instruction I give to them, and that is, if I'm there, we don't allow such a thing to happen at all.
All right. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Michael.
Good morning. Good morning. What's your name?
Good morning. Nothing in the house.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
My name is Kesley.
You're welcome, Kesley.
I'm calling from Abia.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So I want to surprise on this topic that you people are about the security something. Then they have to help us about our own security something from Abia. So they are not giving the security men what they need to work with these people that are coming from other states to our own state. Something like hand sanitizer and other equipment. But those people that are trying, they are buying all those with their own, while they are working for public service.
All right.
So what I'm trying to tell you people is that they should know what they should do for those people that are working all those things, because they are themselves working it for the public. They're not giving them anything, but they're just doing it voluntarily. So they have to do something for them, so that something bad will not happen to any of them. So that is what I want to tell you.
We do appreciate your contribution.
Well, thank you very much.
That has been noted. All right, thank you very much, Engineer Dr. Matu Ibe, the Transition Committee Chairman of Umunneochi Local Government Area of Abia State. Thank you very much for being part of the program this morning. And many thanks to the partner stations, BCA 88.1 FM, Flow 94.9 FM, Vision Africa Radio 104.1 FM, Buzz 89.7 FM, and Real 99.1 FM. The program returns tomorrow, and of course we will focus our attention on other issues as far as COVID-19 is concerned in Abia State. Thank you very much. Don't forget, stay safe and take responsibility. My name is Michael Oni.
This is Abia COVID-19 update.
Abia COVID-19 update.